Good Yom Tov Sydney, happy Passover! On Pesach, we learn a very big lesson. How can every one of us experience redemption and experience freedom in his own life? Because we all know the great question that the Rebbe asks, how come we start the Haggadah with the words Kol dichfen yese v'yechel, which means anyone that needs a meal should come join us for our Seder. Those words we should say in shul, or before we come home when we could meet strangers or friends that don't have where to join for the Seder. But why are we saying it when we're sitting with our little kids and our family around the table for the Seder? No one's going to hear us. But the Rebbe says we want to learn and teach our little kids and family a big lesson in how we could experience freedom in our personal life. Sometimes throughout the year we get distracted with different problems, different issues, family, kids, chinuch, sometimes in business, all different types of problems, and we just forget where we started from, where was our starting point from. When Passover comes, we recenter ourselves. Because when we say Kol dichven yese v'yechel, we're talking to Hashem and we're telling Him we want to eat. And when we say we want to eat, we're talking about not physical food, just spiritual food. We want to regain what we had in the first place. When we lost ourselves on the way and got distracted with different problems and issues, we lost our basic understanding of who we are, where we are heading to, and what our real essence is. And we want to gain that back, and that's why we're starting the Seder with all of our kids around us saying, how do you get to real redemption? How do you experience freedom? So all of the kids should know, if you want to experience freedom, you have to talk to Hashem and tell Him, Kol dichven yese v'yechel, I want to gain back my basic understanding and go back to the opening point of where I started off before all of the things in my life distracted me. And that's a special lesson that we learn, and because of that we could only say when we are home with our kids and the family, teaching them this lesson. So that's a very basic lesson that we learn from Passover and we could take for the whole year around. When we meet problems, when we meet hardships, issues in any aspect in life, we just remember who we really are, where we really come from, and we just look up and say to Hashem, just center us back and put us back in the middle, that we should be able to recenter ourselves and be in the right opening point to free ourselves and just be free.
We're about to begin the holiday of our freedom, Pesach. This is not just a holiday to commemorate the freedom of our ancestors thousands of years ago, but it's a time that we're empowered to experience true freedom ourselves in our own lives today in 2021. How do we do this? How do we experience and bring true freedom into every part of our lives? Now the answer is humility. Humility is what brings us to true freedom. And we see this in our Pesach Seder. We have the matzah, which is the main mitzvah of Pesach. And that matzah is made from the same ingredients as bread, flour and water, just the process is a lot faster, not allowing the matzah time to rise. And that is where the difference stands. Bread represents ego, represents self, it grows, it's full. Matzah is a thin, humble being without any sense of self or ego. So here is our answer. When we ingest the matzah, when we ingest this feeling of humility, we're actually able to experience true freedom. It's our ego that enslaves us to who we think we are, to who we were yesterday, in our relationships, in our family, in our business, of who we think we are, and not believing in who we can become. When we push aside the preconceived notions we make of ourselves, when we push aside the finite cage that we put on our abilities, we're able to be truly infinite. We're able to connect with something much higher than ourselves. So this Pesach, use the power of the matzah, and as you ingest that handmade, delicious matzah, experience the freedom, experience the humility, realizing what Hashem thinks you can be, what He put you in this world for, that He believes in you. And this message will not carry us only through Pesach, but inspire our entire year with freedom, with love, with happiness, and all good things.
So happy Passover, hoping to see everyone at the Seder, and all the best.
Sending lots of love to you and your families.